Yeah, what's happening? What's happening with it on this Friday? How y'all feeling? How everybody feeling? Y'all already know what it do. There you go, talking that boxing again. Yeah, you tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. Let me see who we got off in the building. We got my man Charles Granger in the building. What's happening with him? Gert's in the building. James Blackwell, Daryl Deloach, my man John Kramer, Johnny Q in the building, Emmanuel Pettigrew speaks off in the building. My man OTB Boxing School. Yeah. Hey, them Cincinnati Bengals ain't looking too good, OTB. I don't know what's going on. The Queen Sheena is in the building. Rick Tim's in the building. What's happening with it? Speaks in the building. Joshua Hawkins. My man Jay Chestnut in the building. Hey, Jay Chestnut said he got some smoke for knockout next week. Man, I'm excited for that debate. That shit gonna be a good one. Shakur Stevenson versus y'all debate Shakur and Tank. That's gonna be a real good one. My man James in the building. What's happening with it? Todd Swindle in the building. What's good with it? Yeah. OTB said we started off 0-2 last year, and yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? You made it to the Super Bowl, I give you that, but you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I didn't see them handing out no second place trophies. I didn't see them handing the Cincinnati Bengals a second place trophy. You make it to the Super Bowl and lose, that shit more heartbreaking than not going to the Super Bowl. It really is. Make it all the way to the Super Bowl and lose. See, I've never experienced that pain before as a Dallas Cowboy. You dig what I'm saying? Because every Super Bowl we made it to, we won. So I've never got to experience the pain of going all the way to the Super Bowl just to end up losing. I never experienced that pain before. But, you know, I've heard and I've seen the pain. I've heard people tell me that pain, and I've seen the pain. Yeah, so, you know. But, yeah, y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. Y'all hit the like button as you come in the building. See, yeah, Rick Timms, I said the Dallas Cowboys. I think you got a typo going on. You know what I'm saying? I think you need to fix that typo. I said the Dallas Cowboys, yeah. But I'm not a delusional fan. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm a realistic Dallas Cowboy fan. I'm not the fan that's going to come in and tell you we're going to win the Super Bowl every year. And, you know, I'm not the fan that's going to tell you that Dak Prescott is a hell of a quarterback. And I ain't that fan, you know. I feel y'all, man. Dallas Cowboy, we got some of the most delusional fans on the planet Earth. But I'm not one of them. John Kramer said, I have with my Panthers, Cam Newton, soft ass. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, John. Let me take that back. I have felt that pain. I just didn't feel it with the Cowboys. I felt it when the Panthers lost. Oh, I was hurt. Because, you know, Cam Newton was always my favorite quarterback in the NFL. He was always my favorite quarterback. Yeah. And Cam Newton, when Cam Newton, and they lost in that Super Bowl to the Broncos. Yeah, I was hurt about that one. So yeah. Yeah. Doug Rightside, one of them old, you know what I'm saying? He an old Cowboys winning the Super Bowl every year looking ass nigga. That's Doug Rightside. You know what I'm saying? That's him. He's him. I ain't him. Yeah. John Kramer said he got a $100K bounty on Baker Mayfield head if anybody want to take him. Yeah, that dude garbage. Baker Mayfield, that little motherfucker, he be fucking up 100 miles an hour every game. He's just reckless. Damn, you lost 5,000 on that game? God damn. Yeah, I would have been heartbroken too. But you know, like I said, y'all hit the like button. We got a lot of boxing to talk today. So, you know, for you niggas in the background that always be crying about, oh man, they talking about the same thing. They always talk about the same thing. Make sure that you tune in to the beginning of the shows, like right now, when I talk about, you know, all the other shit that's going on in boxing. Yeah. But like I said, we got a lot to talk about in boxing that's going on in boxing. So make sure that y'all hit that like button and we're going to get straight to it. You know what I'm saying? Big Texas CLATX Cletus Smith in the building. What's happening with it? So hit the like button. It's free once again, and we're going to get into it. We got some fights this weekend, y'all. We got a lot of fights this weekend going on. Not a lot, but we got some fights this weekend. We should have had, you know what I'm saying? We should have had some fights over in the UK starting early on Saturday. But, you know, the UK now, they look like they're anonymous for having big fights and then calling them off the week of the fight. That's what they looking like. They getting famous for having huge fights and calling them off the week of the fight. JTSOG 513 Wilder fight. And yeah, I want to talk about Wilder too. He fight the 15th. I also want to talk about Wilder. So let me put that in my little reminder so I don't forget. Because like I said, we got a lot that I want to cover. So yeah, they canceled the Eubank and Ben. But I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm going to do a video about that. And make sure that y'all check out the video that I'm going to drop a little after I do this live, because that shit finna be fire. I'm going to do a video about that shit, some inside shit, you know, some inside shit that I caught about Conor Ben. So make sure that y'all check for the video when I drop it later on today. Now, it's some fights this weekend, like I said. Nevertheless, no, we're not getting the UK card, but we are getting the fights on Showtime. And so they're going to show them on Showtime. They're going to show the undercard on YouTube, and then they're going to show the regular fights on Showtime. Yeah. The Wilder breakdown is up. The Wilder and Helenius breakdown from OTB Boxing School is up. So make sure that y'all go sub to him and check out the breakdown. And I'm going to tell y'all, man, this is a risky fight for Deontay Wilder. This is a risky fight for Wilder. You know, it's a risky fight for Wilder. This ain't going, you know what I'm saying? If Wilder go out here, Wilder can go out here and get him up out of there. But if he don't, this going to be a dangerous fight for Wilder. Because Helenius, he can crack, and he's tough. That big biking motherfucker tough. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. And what's happening with it, knockout. And so, Fundora versus Ocampo this weekend. Fundora, he has a sister that's actually fighting also on the undercard. And his sister, he says, is better than him. He said his sister, the best fighter in the family. So we're going to talk about that. But right now, let's talk about one of the fights that's going to be on the undercard. Mean Machine, Igis Kavalauskas versus Michael Fox. Michael Fox, we haven't seen him in the ring since 2021. Michael Fox haven't been in the ring since 2021. When he got, remember, when the judges fucked him over. Let me see. He haven't been in the ring since 2021, since the judges fucked him over, and it was so bad they had to investigate one of the judges. And so Michael Fox, he gonna be making his ring return. He's been out of the ring over a year. He gonna be making his ring return versus Igis Kavalauskas, the Green Machine. He gonna be making his ring return versus Green Machine, and that's gonna be a good fight. You know, Green Machine is coming off of, I think the last time he fought is when he got stopped by Virgil Ortiz, I believe. So he coming off a stoppage loss to Virgil Ortiz, where he got shit. He took a lot of punishment in that fight. Let me pull him up to make sure that was his last fight. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, so that was his last fight. He haven't fought since August of August of last year. He haven't fought since August of last year, and Michael Fox haven't fought since August of last year. Did they fight on the damn? They fought like, let me see. Hold on. 8. They fought on They fought a week apart from each other. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. They fought a week apart from each other. So both fighters been out of the ring. Let me see. September, October, about like 14 months. Both fighters been out of the ring almost damn near 14 months. Both fighters. So both fighters are coming off a 14-month layoff. Been out of the ring the same time. Michael Fox, he tall as hell for the division. You know, he's tall as hell for the welterweight division. I think he like, I don't know how tall he is. I think he might be like 6'3". You know what I'm saying? And Igis Kavalauskas get cracked. But to me, I see Igis Kavalauskas winning that fight. You know, Michael Fox, what he wants to do is he want to be able to control the fight, right? With his length and like I said, he tall as hell. You know what I'm saying? He tall as hell. But like I said, he's an okay fighter, but Igis Kavalauskas to me is gonna put too much pressure on him. And Igis Kavalauskas, he pack a lot of power. I don't see Michael Fox beating him, but it's gonna be a competitive fight. So that's a good competitive fight that's gonna be on the undercard. Also, who else we got? Like I said, we got. Let me see who else is on that card. We got Adames. We got Carlos Adames versus Juan Montiel on that card. Last time we seen Juan Montiel is he was giving Charlo a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? He got the shit beat out of him by Jermall Charlo, but he was giving Jermall Charlo some real good work. He gave Jermall Charlo a lot of problems in that fight. Juan Montiel. One thing Juan Montiel can do is he can crack. Juan Montiel can crack. He packed a lot of power. Charlo even said the man can crack. So if he can't do nothing else in the ring, he can crack. Now, as far as his boxing skills, to me, he's all over the place. He's very awkward. He get hit with everything. You know, he's not difficult to get to be hit. And he just wanted them all out. He gonna brawl you. He gonna brawl you, and it's either he gonna go or you gonna go. So this is gonna be a hell of a fight. I like this fight versus Carlos Adames because the last time we saw Carlos Adames in the ring, we saw him beating the fighter that Jermall Charlo gets the most credit for beating on his whole resume, and that is goddamn. I just lost all train of thought. What's his name? Y'all, somebody help me with y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all help me with the name. Derevyanchenko, Sergey Derevyanchenko, right? So, yeah. So the last time we seen Carlos Adames is he put a whooping on Sergey Derevyanchenko. Yeah. So, and y'all, like I said, Derevyanchenko is the fighter that Jermall Charlo gets the most credit for beating on his resume. So Adames versus Juan Montiel is going to be an all-out war. I think it's going to be an all-out war, but I'm going to have to give the edge to Carlos Adames because to me, he's the more well-rounded fighter. And he has power too to hurt you. I don't know if he got power like Juan Montiel, but he got enough power to hurt you. And I think that his boxing skills with his power is going to be enough to beat Juan Montiel. And he says that he feels that Jermall Charlo underestimated Juan Montiel, that Jermall Charlo didn't train and didn't, do the necessary things to take Juan Montiel serious. And he basically got a shocker when he stepped in the ring with Juan Montiel. But Carlos Adames says that he's not going to make that mistake, right? He's taking Juan Montiel all the way serious. And he wants to go out there and show the world that he's better than Jermall Charlo. This is what Juan Montiel was saying. He's going to use this fight to display that he is better than Jermall Charlo. And I'm going to tell y'all, if Carlos Adames goes out and beat Juan Montiel, if Jermall Charlo don't step up to the plate and fight a David Benavidez or Caleb Plant next, that's the fight we're probably going to be seeing. We're probably going to be seeing Carlos Adames versus Jermall Charlo. Who likes that fight? Who want to see that fight? If Carlos Adames beats Juan Montiel and does it in better fashion than Jermall Charlo did, do y'all want to see Jermall Charlo versus Carlos Adames? I don't want to see it, but I'm asking, people in the chat. Do y'all want to see that fight? And y'all make sure y'all hit my like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Like I said, it's free, y'all, but comment. You know what I'm saying? Comment. Let me know if Carlos Adames beats Juan Montiel in better fashion than Jermall Charlo did this weekend. Do y'all want to see that fight versus Jermall Charlo and Carlos Adames? Yeah, that's the same way. I'm like knockout. I'm not really feeling that fight, but I know how Jermall Charlo move, right? And this is the fight that we probably most likely going to see when Jermall Charlo returns. We're probably going to see him versus Adames, depending on how soon he's ready to return, because I don't see Jermall Charlo in the ring before the end of the year. I really don't, because, we already in October. They pretty much got their schedules lined up already. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much got their schedules lined up already. I don't see Jermall Charlo in the ring before the year ends. So Carlos Adames and Jermall Charlo, like I said, that's probably the fight that's going to happen for Jermall Charlo next. I don't see Jermall Charlo stepping up to the plate and fighting David Benavidez. To keep it 100, I don't see Jermall Charlo fighting Caleb Plant if Caleb Plant put on a hell of a display on the 15th. I really don't. I think Jermall Charlo gonna come back with some more bullshit, but that's just my opinion. OTB says, hell no, Charlo beats Adames without being hurt even. I mean, I don't know, man. I got Charlo beat him, but I think that he'll cause Charlo some problems. I don't think Charlo just walked through him. DJ Black Charm says, shoot, why not? We already have this pyramid narrative fans put out for measure, and they should. I'm sick of Charlo fighting that level of competition. You feel me? Charlo needs to have a fight to where it's a 50-50 fight, or even he's the underdog. All that, you know what I'm saying? All that competition, Charlo, he's ran his course with that shit. Rick Tam says, Maul has dropped the ball lately. He has major making up to do, and that's a fact. And that's basically what I'm saying. That's basically what I'm saying is that Jermall Charlo, he don't have no more get out of jail free cards. And when I mean by get out of jail free cards is just basically fights that they given to him that they know he can win. I want to see him in there with some real smoke. Rick Tam says, I hope Darrell upsets Plant. That ain't gonna happen, but I mean, shit. If you want to put some money on it, Rick Tens, if you want to put some money on it, I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm waiting. You know what I'm talking about? What Jaheim say? What Jaheim said? I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm waiting. And you can get just what you need. What Jaheim said back in the day, I'm ready, I'm willing, and I'm waiting, and you can get just what you need. Knockout Boxing said we're going to get Charlo versus Liam Smith. I don't even think we'll get that. Liam Smith, he kind of dangerous sometimes. Brady Adams says Jermall would get beat up at 160. That's why the twins don't move up. I don't agree with that at all, but let's talk about that. We can, what I'm saying, we could take a pause real quick and get back to these fights. We could take a pause. It's Friday, you know what I'm talking about. We could take a pause and we could talk about that. And I'm gonna drop some links in the chat. So, if y'all want to get up here and cook. But since you said that, that's actually a good topic. Let's look at this landscape of 160. Can Jermall Charlo move to 160 and do the same thing that he did at 154? Can Jermall Charlo move up to 160 and be dominant? You feel me? That's a good topic. I like that. What's happening, Knockout?
Oh, man, just happy that it's Friday, brother. How you doing, man?
That was a fun ass debate, man, that y'all had last night, dog.
Bro, like my Conor Ben participant pulled out on me. I had to rep Conor Ben at the last minute. I didn't believe half of the shit I was saying, but
I know you didn't, but shit, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make it, sound like you believe it, and you did that. But man, both of y'all did y'all thing, and the thing about it, man, because I was like Conor Ben versus Eubank, like I don't know about that. But then when I listened to the debate, I'm like, this shit is actually fire. That shit was fire.
Bro. Yeah, you know how it go, bro. You get tired of the same, like everybody that hit me up, Spence Crawford. Right, I'm not gonna do 2 Spence Crawford debates a week for a month, bro. Like,
bro. I'm sick of that shit too, man.
I can't do that shit because you're gonna hear the same points. It's gonna get to the point where you're gonna know what people gonna say in the debate, bro. So,
but the thing is I actually learned things from both of y'all in that debate that I didn't know.
That's good, what I'm saying? I'm happy. That's what we do.
And like I said, man, that's what I like, But that was dope. And what's happening, OTB?
What up, Brody? Hey,
great job moderating that debate last night, man. Great job.
Yeah, you did a great job, and bro, thank you, thank y'all for y'all support, man. We just trying to have fun.
And great job, you know what I'm saying, calling out the shit in the chat. Like people be wanting to. I don't understand how people can have their own full-on debate in the chat and still listen to everything that y'all got to say.
Facts. I don't
understand how because you miss it. It's no way that you can be typing in the chat the whole time and catch everything that both contestants have to say.
Yeah, and the judges did a great job, bro. Like it ain't like they were just picking on some bullshit and then didn't tell you why they were picking who they were picking. So, I think they deserve to be, given props and not criticized. So.
The judges did a great job last night, man. They did a great job.
Damn sure did. That was an all-around hell of a performance, man. I was glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, that was a hell of a debate, man. And to turn a topic like that into, something that interesting like they did, man, that was, a great job on both, was Tony Reviews and Knockout Boxing, man.
Facts.
But yeah, y'all hit the like button. But man, Knockout, back to the comment that Brady Adams made, right? I like that topic actually of Jermall Charlo, or he said Jermall. Well, I like Jermall.
He said both of them. He said neither. He said neither of them.
That I read it wrong. He said Jermall, but the topic that I wanted is Jermall because Jermall is eventually gonna have to move up.
No, I'm reading it right now. He said Jermall. He says Jermall will get beat up at 160. That's why these twins won't move up.
Oh, okay.
They both will.
So he put another comment And this is a whole nother comment because it had jumped on me, and I saw Jermall because he put Jermall won't fight Andrade. He'll only fight Selecki and Luke Killer. But let's go back to the Jermall, right? Now, that's a good topic, though. Can Jermall Charlo do the same thing at 160 pounds that he's doing at 154? He's pretty much conquered 154 pounds. He's beat everybody there was to beat, except for Jared Hurd, but and Lara. But we know the situation when Lara, they was in the same camp coming up. I think that fight should have happened. You know what I'm talking about? I thought that fight should have happened. It never happened. And Jared Hurd, we know why that didn't happen, because Jared Hurd dropped the ball. And Julian J. Rock Williams, he dropped the ball. But other than that, Jermall Charlo, he whooped everybody at 154, doing his run. You feel me? He still got Tszyu. If he get through Tszyu, we looking for him to move up to 160. And so can he do the same thing at 160 that he did at 154? So let's look at the landscape. We already talked about Lara. Lara is a body at 160. You got you got what's his name? The boy that's been the Mexican dude that goddamn Jaime Munguia. So you got Lara, you got Jaime Munguia at 160. You got Triple G. That's a big fight for Jermall. I like that fight better than Jermall Charlo. You got Triple G. You got who else you got at 160? Y'all help me out.
I mean, you got so Chris Eubank is in the top 3 in the WBC, right?
Yep.
Carlos Adames is number 1 in the WBC. You got guys like Ryota Murata, Michael Zarafa, Esquiva Falco, the Brazilian that's an Olympian that's over there at Top Rank. I mean, I'm gonna let you. Oh, and Janabek is obviously WBO champion right now. I'll let you cook on it, but my initial thought, looking at the landscape, shit, Jermall Charlo go up there and dominate, looking with the fighters that I'm looking at. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook on it.
I'm looking at all the opponents that you named at 160, right? And now I'm asking myself, do I see anybody that that I would pick to beat Jermall Charlo? At one point, I would definitely pick Lara to beat Jermall Charlo, right? At one point. But now Lara, he fights a totally different style than he used to fight. He really, he really come forward and sit down on his punches, or he, fight off the back foot, but he's still right there to be hit. Now he don't do all those angles and different movement, use his legs like he used to. So I got Jermall Charlo over Lara now, right? Also, when you look at Jaime Munguia, I got Jermall Charlo beating Jaime Munguia. Now, I do think that is a fucking hell of a fight because that's a fan-friendly fight. You know what I'm saying? But I got Jermall Charlo beating Jaime Munguia. Also, you got Triple G. I think that's a huge fight for Jermall Charlo. You got the undisputed 154. That's what he should really be doing right after he beat motherfucking Tszyu. If he get past Tszyu, put your paperwork in and go straight over to Triple G. Go straight over to Triple G. Make that happen because you undisputed. You got the power to do that. That'll be a hell of a fight. Probably a pay-per-view fight. I would pay to see that shit. You know what I'm saying? I actually would pay to see Jermall Charlo versus Triple G. That's a hell of a fight. I got Jermall Charlo beating Triple G. Not an easy fight for him because he's coming from 154, but I still got him winning that fight. Let's talk about Janabek. That's a dangerous fight. I don't know, man. I gotta see more of Janabek. Really, I ain't gonna lie, I can't really call that fight. But 160, it's a real interesting weight division when Jermall Charlo go to 160. I'm gonna let you cook on it. Do you see anybody beating him at 160?
Nah, man. Like the people that you named, Laura's almost 40 years old. Triple G is almost 40 years old. We just saw how Triple G looked against Canelo Alvarez. And then do you really trust Jaime Munguia against Jermall Charlo with all his deficiencies that he has defensively, and Jermall Charlo would have 6 pounds less that he gets to cut weight. And you look at his most recent performance where he had his volume up, he was going to the body more, he looked in impeccable shape. He continues to be that disciplined and increases that work rate with the power and the explosiveness that he has right now. I mean, the best guys that we're talking about, one of them is Jaime Munguia, who ain't never fought nobody on Jermall Charlo level, but Jermall Charlo fought plenty of people that might be as good as Jaime Munguia. The other two are 40-year-old people in Triple G and Erislandy Lara, whose best days are clearly past them. Then you got Janabek, who's relatively inexperienced and a champion. Looks like he got the goods. I think he can really fight, but he ain't been in there with nobody like Jermall Charlo. So when you're looking at the landscape of 160 pounds, like, why wouldn't Jermall Charlo be one of the, if not the best fighters in that division the moment that he steps into the division? Like, we trust in guys like Chris Eubanks Jr., Ryota Murata, guys like that to beat them. Like, all the guys that we think might have the talent, like a Janabek or maybe even an Ammo Williams, who's number 6 in the WBA. Guys like that, like, bro, they too green for Jermall right now. Probably they probably wouldn't be able to handle the type of shit that Jermall is bringing with him. So, of the two, because I'm sure we'll talk about Jermall moving up to 168 in a minute. We're talking about Jermall right now. Of the two, if Maul leaves the division and goes to 168 and you got Jermall coming up to 160, man, he got wrecked for all them dudes, bro. He got smoked for every last one of them. Like, and then you already know for most of those guys, no disrespect to their trainers, Jermall's probably gonna have an advantage in the corner working with Derrick James, so he's gonna be told the proper adjustments. And if he sticks to how he trained for this Castano fight, and I keep seeing that increase in volume with the accuracy and now the body punching and how good he was defensively and working that jab the way he was, man, bro, like, in the Triple G that I saw fight Canelo, dog, come on, bro. Come on. And Erislandy Lara with no more feet, like, if Lara still had his feet, bro, if he still had his feet, then that would be a much closer fight. But the fact that I know Lara ain't got feet no more, bro, shit, all right. I disagree with what was his name, Brady Adams. No disrespect to him. You brought up a great topic, but I think Jermall got plenty of smoke for everybody at 160 pounds that's a player whatsoever right now, bro. And that's my take on it.
Yeah, I agree with you. And AB713 text, TX, yeah, Lara did used to train with Ronnie Shields, and he still might train with him now. Lara was with Ronnie Shields for years.
Damn, sure was.
At the same time with Jermall and Jermall Charlo. Dundada said Janabek has the power and chin that Tony Harrison don't have. We really got to see Janabek in there with some top level competition, though. And I love
Janabek as a prospect, but his chin, like I'm gonna keep it real too, though. Like, his chin ain't been tested like that for us to talk about. He got a chin and shit, bro.
It hasn't, but as far as the most dangerous fight at that weight division, that's what I had. I had Janabek as the most dangerous fight. Because if he can take Jermall Charlo punch, just imagine Charlo hit him with that shit and he walked through it. You understand? Not saying we seen anybody do it up to date, but that's what makes that fight most dangerous to me, is if Janabek can take his punch. Biggest fight, most legacy defining fight, of course, is going to be Triple G. And then I think the biggest fight is Chris Eubanks. I think that they sell that fight. He go over there, you understand, and handle his business. And shit, Jermall Charlo is a superstar, not only over here but over there now. And that's a whole different context. You understand, when you talk about the 160-pound division, shit, that's a whole different context already on top of what he's accomplished. You understand? We already talking about somebody who done fought a Gabe Rosado. You understand? Tony Harrison. Shit. You name him, he fought him. Brian Castano, like, man, his resume is amongst the best in boxing. Like, shit, I got a lot of respect for dude. But when you talk about just the magnitude of that fight, him and the way he talks shit and the way Chris Eubanks talk that shit, you understand? On top of the publicity he just got from the Conor Ben, I love to see that fight. And that's gonna be a pretty ass knockout for me.
Yeah, I like that fight. I definitely like that fight. It's fights. It's fights that I love for Jermall Charlo at 160. at one, I seen, I forgot who it was that I seen in the chat.
And Key, it's sad. It's sad that it's gonna take him being the brother to unify the division, and I would trust him. I would trust him to go up there and actually go get the smoke more than his brother, bro. Like his brother done messed up the name. Like I expect Jermall will actually go up there and go get busy, bro. So I'd be all for it.
He's not turning down no smoke. And what I was about to say is I saw somebody say that he still needs to wait to get that before he moves up. He still need to get that Fundora smoke. I mean, I would love to see that fight with Fundora, but he been at 154 for a long time. I wouldn't say that he has to wait and he ducking Fundora if he move up. If he move up, I'll just say, hey, he did what he did. He was undisputed. He defended it. He pretty much beat everybody. We didn't get to see him fight Fundora, but oh well, it's business at 160.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's kind of similar to Devin Haney. Like, bro, just give us one. Like, Tszyu is just as dangerous. Tszyu can fight, bro. So you giving us Tszyu, that's cool with me. Kind of like Devin Haney. Like, bro, you ain't got to fight Shakur, Tank, and Loma. You ain't got to fight all three of them. But before you move up, after you beat Kambosos' ass, assuming you get by him next week, give us one, bro. As long as you give us one, I don't care which one, you good, bro. Go up to 140. You did what you need to do at 135. I would prefer it be Loma simply because I know Shakur and Tank can be at 140. But I'm looking at Jermall Charlo the same way, bro. I'm not gonna shit on him if he fight Tszyu and then move up. I'm not gonna be like, oh, he ducking Fundora, because Fundora, this your first weight class. If you really want that smoke, become champion at 154 and then go see Jermall at fucking 160 pounds. Shit, your ass is 6'5" anyway. I'm sure your frame could use the extra 6 pounds with your tall, lanky ass, bro. So. You know what I mean? So yeah, he ain't. I don't even want people are gonna start that shit, but I'm glad people, such as yourself, Key and OTB, can see through the bullshit and won't be trying to call that man a duck if he fight Tszyu and move up, bro. Because Tszyu is nasty, dog.
And I really don't see. I think to me, because of the style matchup, I think that Tszyu is a more difficult fight than Fundora is for Jermall Charlo. You got to think, right? Erickson Lubin, a hell of a fighter, but Erickson Lubin has a bunch of defensive flaws, right? Erickson Lubin has a very weak chin, although he did show, in that fight with Fundora, he showed more heart than he's ever shown. But Erickson Lubin, like I said, he is just a different stylistic matchup with Jermall Charlo. Jermall Charlo going to be a lot more defensively responsible. Jermall Charlo's a fucking Iron Man. He don't get tired. And I don't see Fundora beating Jermall Charlo. I see Jermall Charlo maybe stopping Fundora, because if he get Fundora hurt like Erickson Lubin did, I see Jermall Charlo might stop it. I think Jermall Charlo put the finishing touches on it.
And Jermall Charlo,
he's dangerous when he gets you hurt too,
man. And his feet is too good, y'all. If y'all don't know, man, Derrick James said he had the best feet in boxing for a reason. When I really went and looked at it, bro, his weight transition is crazy. So you talking about all of that momentum on the front foot and somebody with feet like that, and we've seen how Charlo take advantage of these opportunities when they present themselves. He was losing it in the Tony Harrison fight.
Jermall Charlo, people forget. He used to be a pure boxer.
Yeah, he just got this power with Derrick James, bro.
Yeah, he used to be a pure boxer before he got with Derrick James, and he wasn't no puncher. He wasn't no puncher like that. He was a pure boxer. His brother was the puncher, but he got with Derrick James and he changed up. And one thing that I said in the past, right, and I heard my man Malik Scott said, and it's true. Derrick James fighters, they do the same thing. They punch the same way, like you see them punch on the mitts, right? When the work that they do on the mitts, they translate that to the ring. And he's the only trainer that have fighters that I see doing that. The rest of these, when they do mitt work, they do all that, and you never see none of that shit in the ring. Look at Errol Spence. The same way that he hits the mitts is the same exact way that he fights in the ring. Same punch combinations, everything. So Derrick James, you got to tip your hat off to Derrick James.
I definitely.
Yeah, and when you think about it, bro, it's like it seems so simple and it's almost common sense, but like wouldn't you want to practice and do the shit that you can actually do in the game? Like, how many times are people gonna do the Floyd Mayweather? I'm gonna throw 1,000 punches and roll my shoulder and shit. Like, you don't do that shit in a fight, bro. So it seemed like it's almost something that everyone should do, but it's something that he's known for, bro. His pad work, he don't do the combinations and shit. He just have them practice on shit that he think is gonna be open against who they fighting. Those are the shots that they throw, and the shit if they throw a combination, it's because they thought that shit was open, bro. So it's beautiful the way that he's been coaching these dudes, man, and the results speak for themselves, bro. They really do.
Yeah, it's the fundamentals of boxing. You goddamn it, that's the fundamentals of boxing. I can throw one punch perfect better than you can throw 10 punches. I'm a much more dangerous fighter than you are because I've mastered my punch.
Right, man. But let's move on. Let's get back real quick before we get into the main topics, man. I want to get back to the card, right? So we went over Fundora's sister, man. Let's go to Fundora's sister real quick, man, because Fundora, his sister, tall as hell, just like him, and he's saying that his sister is the best fighter in the family, that his sister's way better than he is. And his sister will be fighting on the undercard this Saturday. She'll be one of the fighters on the undercard. And I'm thinking, right, this is PBC. I never seen no women fight on PBC. Have y'all?
Clarissa Shields and Hannah Gabriels. Clarissa Shields and Hannah Gabriels fought on PBC.
But other than that, I never seen PBC.
Not really. No, they don't sign. They don't sign a lot of women at all.
Yeah, it's like who the hell is Sebastian Fundora's sister fighting?
And when I seen her, I want to say she was on a DAZN. She
fighting a lady named when I heard Fundora say that, bro. When I heard him say that, I went and did some research or whatever, and she's fighting some girl named Naomi Reyes that's 9-1. But Fundora's sister is 20 years old. She 5'10", fighting at 111 pounds.
111 pounds, bro.
Yeah, she 5'10". She a 5'10" flyweight.
Taller than 5'10", though.
Standing next to him, maybe she had on heels or something. I don't know, because she did look like she was 6 feet tall. But bro, she 5'10". Fighting at flyweight, bro. And fighting at 112 pounds.
When she fighting these girls, they up by her waist, Key. Like them girls up by her waist, damn near headline.
She got the same type of style, bro. She 8-0 with 4 knockouts, which 50% knockout ratio for a woman. That's good. And think about this: she got a 50% knockout ratio, and she ain't been fighting shit but 6 rounders, bro. She been fighting 6
out. She only gonna be fighting women that's probably like 5'1" and 5'2".
Yes, bro.
Bro, she finna go in the ring with a goddamn 10-inch height advantage over some of these women. That's crazy. She can hit him with a jab outside on the motherfucking floor.
And got
the highest she's ever
standing on the ring apron.
The highest she's ever weighed in at, bro, was 114 pounds, bro.
Wow, so she fighting at 111 pounds, you said?
Yeah, she a flyweight, bro. She fighting at a weight class lower. She's at a weight class lower than Jesse Bam Rodriguez and Chocolatito and them. She's at the weight class below them.
Yeah,
that shit
bro.
Crazy, bro. What's happening with it, Money Brown? And Box Talk in the building.
He right when he say she a better boxer.
If y'all want a link, just let me know in the chat. But yeah, man, that shit, bro, that's scary. You know how many of them women she gonna intimidate?
And she could fight off the front foot and the back foot, bro. Like she could fight off the back foot.
I know you wasn't even looking at it, but I just looked up the height of her opponent. Her opponent is 5'1" for real, bro.
Yeah, she finna have a whole 9.5-inch to 10-inch height advantage on her opponent. That shit crazy, bro.
Damn.
Told y'all she tall in a motherfucker. And
have you seen her fight, OTB? I've never seen her fight before. That's why I didn't do a prediction on her fight.
I seen her fight on the DAZN card, I want to say, but I just looked at her. Yeah, I mean, again, I looked at, you understand, not
Well, she looking like she looked just like him?
Bro, she can fight off the front foot and the back foot, meaning she ain't just got to put the pressure on you. She can counter punch too. Maybe because she fighting girls that's 5'1". You understand? But regardless, she has shown the ability to do so. Like she is.
If Fundora is telling you that she's the best fighter in the family,
that's why, bro.
That shit holds some weight.
That's why.
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, you just don't say that shit for no reason. And I've heard him say that on several occasions because he said it. Him and his sister went on the Boxing Voice one time, and I watched them. And yeah, man, they said that she's a problem. Now, LA Music Sound California says back in 2020, Clarissa Shields called out PBC for lack of woman boxers. So I bet that has something to do. Now, that's something that we don't talk about, right? I think that's something that needs to be pointed out. Why don't PBC have any women boxers? Why don't they sign any women? I think that shit is something that we need to really be put to the forefront and talking about because I think that shit's fucked up. That's you know what I'm saying. We trying to put these women on the map because they have a lot of talent, and then you got promotional companies like PBC that's basically trying to blackball them out.
And especially when you're the biggest promotional company in boxing. Yeah, I mean, ESPN don't put enough effort into boxing. They don't have enough time for it to give us a consistent schedule when it comes to boxing. DAZN is an app. Y'all actually have the access to a channel to put these girls on the stage that they deserve, and y'all refuse to.
Like that shit
I agree they should sign more women, but they got a hard enough time keeping the roster that they got active, bro. Yeah, but they should sign more women though. Y'all right about that. But do
you think that they like got greedy and signed too many fighters? Because bro, they got a lot of fighters.
Facts.
Real good fighters. Real good fighters that we don't get to see.
Fact.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, bro. I think they coddle their fighters. They treat all of these fighters like they main event fighters, and they not. And they need to realize that everybody can't be the main event, bro. Like the way that Caleb Plant and Darrell is having to get on this Deontay Wilder undercard and shit, like it's a lot of fighters that they be having main event and shit that don't be main event. Like for instance, this weekend, bro, no shade, no disrespect to Sebastian Fundora or Carlos Ocampo. I think it's gonna be a fun fight for as long as it lasts. They're gonna fight their ass off, but they ain't no goddamn main event fight, bro. They ain't no goddamn main event fight. Like they put too many people in main, like fucking Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios. Not only was it a main event, the shit was on pay-per-view. Luis King Kong Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz. Not only did they make it a main event, they put the shit on pay-per-view, bro. And so they treat all these guys so well. They try to treat their fighters so good. They coddling them and they're not keeping it real with them. Like, say, bro, you're gonna have to be the co-main this time, dog.
Bro, I think
you might be the first fight on the card. They don't have enough dates, bro. They don't.
I think it's greed, man. Like you get too greedy and you sign up all these fighters. Now you got, you know what I'm saying? You got more fighters sitting on the shelf than you got more fighters fighting, and that's not doing them no good.
Well, and then I mean, I can't really even say in their defense. I just like to say that think about it. Like, what stars have they really developed? When you look at Adrien Broner, he was already for division on HBO. Before y'all even came about,
only two you can give them.
Talk about the likes of
you can give them.
You understand?
Errol Spence and Tank Davis. That's the only two you can give them.
Well, you can't really give them Tank because the development of Tank was also in due part to Floyd Mayweather.
That's true.
You understand? So you can't.
So we'll give him 1.5. We'll give him 1.5. Earl and Tank.
But let's also remember they're a new company too. Yeah, I mean they still got to learn how to develop prospects.
Well, you're never gonna develop your prospects if you continue doing the bullshit that you're doing. You got, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like that's one thing I love about ESPN. I always say, and I'm gonna continue to say this: if you're a prospect, go sign with ESPN. If you're a hell of a pro, go sign with ESPN. Don't sign no fucking long-term contract with ESPN. But for the beginning of your career, because ESPN, they're gonna put you on a big platform. Because how many of y'all learned about fighters that we didn't know just from watching ESPN? You like, man, that motherfucker bad.
Facts.
Facts, bro.
And they gonna keep you active.
Do you think we would know who Tszyu Carrington is if he was with PBC? Probably not.
Tszyu, fucking Abdullah Mason, fucking Slender Zayas, like all these, man, they got a lot, bro.
And I'm not shitting on PBC. I'm just saying that I don't like how they display their prospects. Like, you know who Vito Melanicki is, but you know who motherfucking Joey Spencer is. But are they on that level though? Why you keep? I don't want to keep seeing them. It's a lot of other fighters that you have that's way more talented, but you want to feed us Vito Melanicki and goddamn.
And what do they keep doing for them? They put them on the main event on the Fox card or the bro. They're not. They need to be at the bottom of the card like the goddamn top ranked prospects. So you can clear up space for people that deserve to be a co-main event. Then you take the people that you got on main events and you need to put their ass down to the co-main so you can clear up space for your actual main event fighters so everybody can be more active, bro. It's hard to keep people active when you got people that should be at the bottom of the card being co-main events, or you got people that should be co-main events being main event fighters and shit. That's their main problem. They try to treat everybody like they worth shit that they not worth, bro.
And you know what? The funny thing is, I'm gonna say this right, because it's a lot of racism in boxing, right? And you got, you got people, right, that hate PBC just because it's ran because of Al Haymon. You know what I'm saying? Because Al Haymon is a black man. Let's just keep it 100. They hate PBC because Al Haymon is a black man. And I remember, just a couple of years ago, those PBC guys, if you was black, you automatically right?
PBC guys.
Yeah,
they still do that shit.
They do that shit all the time. And when you look at PBC, who do they display more of? They display more of the Hispanic fighters and white fighters than any other platform do.
Damn sure do.
Any other platform do.
They keep a Mexican in a big fight.
It shows you how ignorant some people are. It just shows you how ignorant some motherfuckers are.
Yeah, and then for conversations like this, they'll act like we don't have these conversations.
Yeah. That doesn't.
They don't hear this shit though.
We're race baiting, but this is a race baiting channel. That's what they'll tell you. But
I just listen to you give Top Rank. I just listen to you give Top Rank all the props in the world while criticizing PBC. They'll forget that though. They won't remember that shit at all.
Yeah, I'm glad it was your show because I ain't have to say that shit.
That shit crazy, man. But anyway, man, let's just move on. Let's move on. Let me see. So we got, like I said, Fundora's sister. So I'm looking forward to seeing her. I believe she'll be on YouTube. So she'll be on the undercard on YouTube for those who don't know that want to know, right? And then you got, like, we already went over Adamas, me Machine, and Mikael Fox. You got Fundora and Ocampo. And this is the last one. Then we're gonna get to the main topics. So
you ain't talking about the Martinez and Ancajas fight, that rematch for a championship.
Oh yeah, yep. That is. I forgot that fight is on there. That fight is on there. But we kind of, what I'm saying, I'm running, what I'm saying, we kind of short on time, so I'm gonna get to the Fundora and Ocampo. But the card is actually kind of fire. You know what I'm saying? The whole card is actually kind of fire, but Fundora and Ocampo, right? This is a fight that's kind of intriguing because the last time we seen Ocampo is getting stopped by a body shot in the first round, and I was right there ringside to see that in Dallas. Right? And he got stopped by a body shot by Errol Spence. We ain't seen or heard nothing from Ocampo since then. But if you look at Ocampo's box rec, hey, he been fighting a lot since then. He been fighting over there in Tijuana, and he then hyped up a hell of a resume. You know what I'm saying? He done trumped up a hell of a resume over there in Mexico. He ain't fought in the States again, but he was over there in Mexico building up his motherfucking resume like he did back when he got the mandatory to fight Errol Spence. That's how you know that boxing, right, and all these corrupt-ass sanctioning bodies is all about who has money. Who the fuck did Carlos Ocampo fight to be the mandatory for Errol Spence's IBF championship belt back in 2018? Who did he fight? Because he still ain't fought nobody to this day but Errol Spence. But that just tell y'all that you can slide one of these sanctioning bodies, the head, Mauricio Suleiman or whoever, you can slide them some bread up under the table and they gonna move your fighter right there to the top spot. It's as easy as that. It's easy as that. But Carlos Ocampo versus Fundora. I hear a lot of people saying that Carlos Ocampo ain't got a chance in hell. He ain't got a chance in hell. Fundora gonna go in there and stop him and make him look worse than Errol Spence made him look in, a half a round. I can't disagree with that. Also, I can't agree. I've only seen Fundora fight a half a round. So I don't really even know what the fuck he is. Like, I'm just keeping it 100. I've only seen him fight. I've never heard or seen Fundora before the Errol Spence fight or after Errol Spence fight. That's all I've seen him is fight one round. Now, I'm picking Fundora because I'm pretty sure that Ocampo ain't that good. But I might be wrong. I mean, could he go in there and shock me and, put a whooping on Fundora? Could be possible. I just don't know. I never seen him fight other than lasting a half a round versus Spence. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about him. I'm going to give him I'll let OTB and Knockout Boxing talk about this because they might have did some film study on Ocampo. I haven't. So, I'm kind of lost on this one.
Go ahead, OTB.
Go ahead and go first.
Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah, look, bro, I have because all his little Mexican fights they up on YouTube, bro. You right though. Your boxing knowledge is pointing you in the right direction. Listen, he is the wrong kind of opponent for Sebastian Fundora because he has horrible feet. He don't really got no defense. He want to box some, but the shit that he try to do to catch encounters and all the shit he try to do, he's not nearly as good as Erickson Lubin. He's not nearly as good as Sergio Garcia. And one thing about Fundora, everybody that gets in the ring with him, he has forced them to fight his fight. So Carlos Ocampo is not as good as guys that he's fought. And I find it hard to believe that Carlos Ocampo is going to be able to get in that ring and keep Sebastian Fundora off his ass. So I know a war going to break out. And I don't think Carlos Ocampo stands a chance in hell because while he's doing good, he's on a 12-fight win streak. His ass still getting caught with the same punches, same overhand right, head still on the line, still ain't got no head movement, still got horrible feet. Sebastian Fundora don't hit as hard as Errol Spence, so it's going to go longer, but Sebastian Fundora is going to beat this dude up, bro. He is going to beat him up until either A, Carlos Ocampo show how tough he is and he get his ass whooped for 12 rounds, or B, he going to get stopped somewhere mid to late in the fight because Sebastian Fundora is just going to tee off on his ass. I expect this fight to be bloody. I expect this fight to be ugly. Very minimal defense, and Carlos Ocampo will not be able to make the adjustments of throwing his punches taller, throwing overhands and shit like that to try to do anything with Fundora. Fundora going to have his way with this dude, but he is going to punish this man because this man is not very good, and he ain't got no feet to put no movement on Fundora. He ain't got no inside game to try to get in there with Fundora and get good leverage on body shots and use head movement to bob and weave out of situations and use his feet to pivot and turn Fundora. He ain't got none of that shit, bro. He has none of that shit. His ass is in trouble. And Fundora going to beat his ass, bro. Fundora is going to beat his ass badly, throwing 90 to 100 punches around and probably connecting with about 30 or 40 of them every goddamn round. That's how I see the fight going, bro.
Shit, ain't nothing else to say. Shit, nah, it's the feet for me. Just as you said, it's the feet with no head movement. He gonna be there to get hit. That high volume that Fundora got combined with that goddamn reach. Once you don't have one of those two things, you either gotta have the feet and the head movement to get your head outside his front shoulder so you could take advantage of his weight transition. And Ocampo ain't showed me a good enough pocket ability to be able to do so.
Yeah, man. Great assessment. I could have came up here and lied and act like I knew everything about Fundora, but I just wasn't gonna do that. But yeah,
yeah,
man.
you're real.
Nah, real shit, King. You a real
but
one,
hey,
bro.
I'm here to tell you your assumptions, and I know you like to put a parlay together. Your assumptions are correct, and that is a safe bet for you, sir. Fundora beating the shit out of Ocampo is a safe ass bet, bro.
Right,
now don't come
dog walk that man.
If he closes his eyes and catch him with a club punch, don't call me and text me like knockout. What the what the hell going on?
Fight some real dogs down there in Tier 1 of Mexico. But yeah, so that's the card. Like I said, I think all the fights gonna be fan friendly. That's one thing. So tune in. They gonna be some fan friendly fights. When I look at this card, I don't see no dog fight on this card. We might have some mismatches, but they gonna all be fan friendly. And ESPN, they don't have no card this weekend, huh?
Nope.
Nah, nothing from them. It was supposed to be DAZN and PBC this weekend, but we all know what happened with Conor Ben. So it's only PBC. It's a Pro Box TV card tonight. Roy Jones company. That's tonight. That started at like 8:00. It's got.
I think I paid for Pro Box, so I'm gonna tune in.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch that too.
Yeah, but y'all hit the like button. I know, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hit the like button. It's free. You know what I'm saying? If you can't support the channel no other type of way, just hit the like button. It's free. Now, let's move on, man. Let's move on. I want to get into the main topics, y'all. I want to get into the main topics now. So, because we pretty much covered, the main fights on the card. Man, let me see. Let me find this so I can read it to y'all. Hold on. Let me find this so I can read it. Here it is right here. So, Adrien Broner. What's happening with it, D-Free? So, Adrien Broner, right? He gives another cry out to, for people to see. Like, he's crying out. And so, this is what Adrien Broner, he posted on his Instagram, right? On his Instagram story not too long ago. Excuse me. He says, I ain't gonna lie. This battle I'm going through is bigger than just mental health. I can admit I have many problems and vices. I feel like I'm destroying myself at times, and it's going to take a lot to fix. It's going to take a lot to fix. I'm not going to stop trying to make my next day better than my last day, and I won't let my past dictate my future. I will be back champion again. A lot of people with the same problems I have will go seek help from professionals, but I understand the only one can fix all my problems is me. So he's telling you, he said sometimes he feel like he's destroying himself, right? And he has a lot more problems than just mental health issues, right? And he's telling you that most people, right, they need to go seek mental help. Most people will go seek mental help because I'm to that point. I'm at that point, but I'm not going to. I'm going to fix it myself. And when I read that, one thing is I want to tip my hat off to AB for coming out and admitting that, right? A lot of people never going to admit that. But you got to look at what he's saying, though, right? What he's saying is that, nah, I'm good. I can fix it on my own. In my opinion, my thoughts is obviously you can't fix it on your own because the problems that you're going through, for one, you created a lot of these problems yourself. You know what I'm saying? From just in your life, from being disciplined, wild, and just acting a goddamn fool. So a lot of these problems you put upon yourself, right? And then a lot of these problems that he have, right? People can look at AB and say, okay, yeah, he ain't right in the head. He fucked up, right? But you can't fix it yourself because these problems are not problems that he's just having now, right? He's had these problems over the years, and I've heard him say before that, oh man, I need to call that number, but I ain't calling that number. I got this myself. I'll be all right. I'll be okay. And obviously he can't shake this shit. And I think that he need mental help, and he need to get people around him that need to, let him know, hey, we no longer gonna fuck with you unless you go get help. But he don't have people around him to let him know that. He got people around him that's waiting for him to get a bag so they can get a handout. And so it's just so much of shit wrong with AB. And we recently been talking about him having a Rolly fight on the table, and how's he gonna get that far? How's he gonna make it through a training camp? How's he gonna do any of that without getting the help that he needs? He needs help. This is just my opinion on it. Now, I'm gonna let Knockout you go. You heard what I read. What do you think about, what I read?
Man, I think you hit the nail on the head. No one, I'm always again. I said it when he came out the last time. Like, bro, instead of posting the shit on Instagram, if you got time to do that, go do something that's actually gonna help you mentally. But then I was rocking with it like you, like, okay, bro, you saying you got a problem, that's cool. But then right at the end, bro, basically what I read from that same shit you did. Oh, you got all these problems, you got all these issues, but you ain't gonna do shit about it. You ain't gonna do a goddamn thing about it. You know what you're supposed to do, but you letting us know that you're not gonna go do it, bro. That's why, like, again, I know OTB love him some AB as he should, and AB got a lot of fans, but I'm here to tell y'all, bro, don't get your hopes up, fam. And I don't want to be harsh. I'm not gonna shit on him. I'm not gonna talk too much more shit than what I'm talking right now. But that message says it all. You're dealing with a man who knows the answer to his problem. He has the answer. I need mental help. I know I do. I know anybody else dealing with what I'm dealing with, they would seek professional help. But the only person that can help me is me. Cool, AB. Why haven't you helped yourself yet? You said you had mental health issues like a month ago when you were about to fight Figueroa and you pulled out. Why are you just now saying this? Did you not try to help yourself for the last month? So I just, like, I hate that it's come to this. But it is what it is, bro. He's basically telling us I got all these problems, but I ain't gonna do nothing about them. And I can't have any sympathy for that, because at the end of the day, that's a decision that he's choosing to make. So what I look like, worried about another grown ass man and his decisions, even if they're a bad decision, he's the one got to live with them, not me. So I wish him the best. I hope he does get back on track. But dealing with everything that we know he's dealing with from his Instagram story and from the stories that we know about AB, you can't do it on your own, bro. And as long as you're choosing to try to do it on your own, you're going to end up in the same spot, because that's what you've been doing the same shit over and over and over and over again. That's insanity, bro. That's what they say. You're doing the same shit, but you hoping for some different results. Your results going to be the same unless you change it up. Try something new and actually go get some mental help, or you're going to be right back here, bro. He going to be right back with another Instagram post at some bar, some club, some party, doing some wild ass shit. And it'll take probably a week or two. He'll see people like that, addicts and people with mental issues like that. He'll probably be cool. Like after this post, he probably ain't doing shit this weekend. He'll probably be cool this weekend. But what about the weekend after that, or the weekend after that, or the weekend after? They can always do like a week or two or a few days. But eventually, you're gonna revert back to right back to who you comfortable being. So until he go get help to change his life, bro, I can't take that serious, man. So I agree with everything you said, bro, and that's all I got on, man.
Yeah, man. OTB, man. I know this hit close to home to you, because he right there in your city, man. What you think about that?
Shit. Every time you see this shit, it hurts your heart more, bro. Like, because man, y'all, like, man, we all get that you fucked up. You know what I mean? And part of the process of realizing that you fucked up is realizing that you fucked up, realizing that you need help. Let me rephrase that. You understand? So we all get that, bro. But for me, and just knowing, like, man, y'all, this somebody who got shot at and said he thought that the music was just loud. Like, you understand? So we been knew you was fucked up. You been knew that. And like, come on, man. So at this point, man, as much as it hurt my heart, man, you trying to rehab your way through it through boxing, bro. And you don't love it enough for that to be. You understand? So for you to really use that as an outlet to help with this problem, which is why we continuously having this problem, you're not going to be able to rehab your way through boxing, man. Ain't nothing wrong with going and getting some help. Period. Shit. Everybody need help at some point in life. That's part of being a man. So everybody want to call themselves a man, and I don't really think it's the people around him. I think that this was a crowd, you understand? Because I know some of the people around him. He got some good people around him. There's some yes men too, but it's some good people around Champ. But shit, this was a crowd to hear it from the right person. Now you just want to hear it, go get some help from the right person. That's why you post the shit and tell the world this shit, because you either need enough people to validate this and tell you where to go, or you need the right person to tell you. And regardless, you looking in the mirror and telling yourself is enough, nigga.
Yeah, man. That shit just is crazy, bro. Like, he know he need help. He telling you, like, shit, I got mental health issues, but I got a whole bunch of other shit, you know what I'm saying, on top of that. And I know I need, most people, right, they'll go get help. They'll seek professional help. And I know I need, but I'm not going to. Well, at what point do you say, okay, well, you know what the problem is. You're admitting that you basically need mental help, but you're refusing to get it. So at what point do you say, and it's not like that you don't have the funds and the resources to do it. At what point do you say, okay, well, bro, that's on you. I ain't feeling sorry for your ass.
Right.
Shit, right now. I mean, think about it, bro. Like, we saying it because it's mental health or something, but just like if somebody's fat, bro. If you fat and you like, man, damn, I'm fat, I'm out of shape, bro. I need to go to the gym, I need to lift weights, but shit, I'm not going to though. Am I supposed to feel bad for you because you still fat, bro?
Right.
Because you didn't start eating right? Because you still, you know what I'm saying? Like, you made that choice, bro. You know what you need to do to get in better shape and be a more healthier human being, but you choosing not to do it. Whether it's mental or physical, bro. So, like, man, look, bro, like, I wish him the best, but dog, you can't help people that don't want to try to help themselves, bro. And he ain't really trying to help himself like that. So, you know, it is what it is with AB, man. I hope he gets it together, bro. Real shit.
Yeah, I hope he get it together, man. Like, real talk. He a good dude. You can tell he a good dude. You can tell, like, he just too good for his own good, because the people around him, I think that AB is one of them cats that want to be accepted by the wrong type of people. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wanted to be accepted by all the hood niggas and shit. Like, he got the money and he was going back to the hood trying to hang out when he should have been doing the opposite. You know what I'm saying? He got the money. He trying to go back and show out, be on the block rolling dice and everything, and, you know, just being around the wrong type of people.
And the hood wasn't waking him up, having him run up the boulevard at 6 a.m. like I done seen him do, y'all. Like, the hood's supposed to, in our day, brother, OGs, shit, when they knew you was good, they'll get you cleats and send your ass right back up to practice. You know what I mean? Where you at practice time? What you got going on, bro? We seeing you too many days here. You quit the team, take your ass right back up there. Nah, right. This ain't that.
And so I think, like, that's one of his biggest problems that he had. He wanted acceptance, you know what I'm saying? And that's what made him that's what made him how can I say it? That's what made him fall off in a lot of areas, because it was wanting acceptance and shit from the wrong people, you know. But man, hopefully he get his shit together, because he got a whole lot of kids that's depending on him, man. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Facts. Yeah. And you ain't responsible for this city, bro. You ain't responsible for them. You done put a lot of people in position to be successful. If they ain't by now, shit.
Yeah, right, man. And let me see one other thing I want to talk about before we move on to this Terence Crawford shit that's basically, in my eyes, got debunked, right? One thing I want to talk about real quick is Wilder, man. Wilder, and I was intending to make a video about it a couple of days ago, and it kind of just, I forgot. But Wilder, right? Wilder came out and he said the same shit that I had been saying, right? After the Fury fight, I said, man, he weighed too much. He tried to put on all that weight. In his body frame, he just couldn't carry that weight. You know what I'm saying? I've been there to where I put on too much weight and it looked good, but it's like, okay, well, you know, it's too much weight for me to carry. You feel me? And I think that's what Wilder did. He put on too much weight, and he couldn't carry that weight. And he got in there, and he looked very. And I'm not saying that's all it was, but I always said that I thought that played a factor because he looked like a whole different fighter in the first and second. I mean, in the second and third fight than he did in the first fight. And in the first fight, he only weighed like 210 pounds. You know what I'm talking about? In the second fight, he came in at what, like 224? Was it like 224, 226, something like that? And then the third fight, he came in at, what did he come in at in the third fight? Anybody remember? He came in heavier than he had his whole career.
No, but I'm gonna look all three of them up right now and tell you.
Because I remember he saying that he was only weighing like 210 pounds on fight night for the first fight. I remember that for sure. The Lawrence Johnson said he came in
first
at 240.
Yeah, first fight was 212. Second fight was 231. Third fight was 238.
That's a big difference, y'all.
From 212.
Yeah, and he said he was only weighing 210 at fight night, right? So you say 210 pounds, and you said what was the second fight knockout?
231, 231, and then 238.
231. So you go 20 pounds. You go up 21 pounds, basically 21 pounds, right? And then you go up what? 28 pounds. So you go up 21 pounds and then 28 pounds from your first fight.
And it was, and you know about it because you work out too, Key. It was disproportionate too because his legs didn't change.
Right.
It ain't like he put it on. It ain't like he put it on, you know, all over. It was only over body strength, bro. That's
his quads and all that was the same. So it was all upper body, right? And I'm not clowning. I ain't saying no. I'm just keeping it 100, right? And so also, right, it ain't like that he was cutting weight before. No, this is something that he put on weight. He bulked on weight. So you're not going to be able to do the same things. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to move the same. I know. You're not going to be able to move the same when you bulk on all that weight like that. You just don't. It's going to slow you down a whole hell of a lot. That's a lot of weight for somebody that was 210 and said that, like, it's hard for me to put on weight. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to come in and weigh in at 210. It just happened. You know, like it just happened. So his genetics don't call for him to weigh no 240 pounds. And he put on all that weight, eating and doing all type of extra shit to be able to gain weight, but it didn't help him in the way that he felt that it was going to help him. See, he did it so he could, you know, be able to wrestle around with Tyson Fury. But it don't matter because Tyson Fury is still naturally 280 pounds. Tyson Fury, he probably got to come down in weight to get to 270. And Tyson Fury is still strong as a motherfucker naturally. Like, that dude is strong as hell. I've seen him deadlifting. He's strong in a motherfucker. So you get in 240, that wasn't really gonna do nothing, you know. And I think that it's just they went in with the wrong game plan, putting all that weight on. And I think that Wilder, he realized that shit. Like, he realized, damn, you know, like, this shit slowed me down. Like, I'm not, you know, I should have stayed at my natural weight like I did the first fight, so I could move around and, you know, and we seen it play out. And I like him getting down to his natural weight. I like him getting back down to his natural weight. I think that the Tyson Fury second and third fight, I think that he would have gave himself much higher odds of winning that fight if he had to win in at his natural weight. I believe that because in those two fights, Wilder looked worse to me than he ever had in his career. And what was the one main key thing that he did in both fights that he had never done before is bulk on all that weight. He was the highest in his career in both of those fights. And so that's just my opinion. What you got on that knockout?
I mean, yeah, bro, everything you said is all facts because, like, at the end of the day, bro, like, it not only did it make him not be able to move the way that he would move, he kind of looked like he was carrying, you know, a lot of, he wasn't as sudden, he wasn't as explosive. He also was tired from, like, the fourth round all the way till the stoppage of the fight when he got stopped. Like, he was fighting. Like, if you really know what you're looking at and you just can, and you know boxing, anyone with eyes could tell he was just fighting on pride and heart, bro. He ain't had no energy, bro. And I'm talking about like early in the fight, bro. Like from like the fourth round, he was tired, bro. He was gassed.
That was the exact round too, knockout.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah, I remember the shit, bro, because I done watched the fight like 2 or 3 times, bro. So so I'm not saying it because Tyson Fury is a bad boy, bro. I'm not saying he would have beat Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury can fight his ass out. But I am saying if you Deontay Wilder moving forward, if you do get the Usyk fight, because Usyk is coming to the fight and Usyk saying this shit, I might want to fight Deontay Wilder next. If you do get to get in the ring for a 4th time with Tyson Fury, hopefully he has learned. I'm not saying he will win, but in all of those fights, you give yourself the best chance by just being yourself. And the way that people know you was for being explosive, sudden, and extremely powerful, and being wiry with your power. That was the thing about him. He was wiry with the shit, lean, like I can explode on you at any second because I'm long and quick. That's what he gotta get to, bro. And you can still implement the jab that your trainer Malik Scott got you working on. The right hand that you was throwing down to the body, you can still do those things, but you can do them even better if you just fight at your natural way, bro. So hopefully for the rest of his career, his thing should just be getting in as best shape as possible. If I come in at 207, shit, it's 207. If I'm 215, it's 215 this fight. If I'm 212, it's 212. But all that extra weight lifting, putting on an extra bunch of muscle and all that shit, hopefully he can see and his team can see that shit did not work out for him. That shit is bad for him. So even honestly, he said he coming into this fight with Helenius at 220. You know, that might even be a little heavy, but maybe he's coming in at 220 because he's just taking the weight back down naturally and not trying to lose a bunch of weight because the man was at 240, bro. He was at 238 pounds. So I agree with everything that you're saying, brother. It rarely works for a boxer, bro. Tim Bradley is an anomaly. Most fighters that pack on all this muscle and look like bodybuilders and shit, that shit don't be working out for them when they go up and go down weight classes, come up, go down, go back up, come down. Like, look at Canelo. You would think in the Canelo Triple G fight, he won the fight, bro. But you would think that Canelo was like 37 years old in that fight, bro. Canelo looked old and slow, and I would argue it's because of all that going up, putting on pounds, coming back down, muscle. I'm 160, now I'm fighting at 164, then I'm fighting at 175, then I'm back down to 160, now 168. That's basically what Deontay Wilder did, but he did it with much more weight. I'm 210, now I'm 231, now I'm 238, now I'm going back down to 220. Like, bro, just fight at whatever weight you need to fight at that's just going to be your natural weight. Just focus your camps on getting in shape and just being the best version of yourself, and whatever you weigh is what you weigh, and trust your skill set and what made you so good for all those years. So I'm happy that it looks like he learned the lesson. It's a tough lesson. It took 2 very bad losses, but you know, they say when you get knocked down, that's the only way we get these great redemption stories. So wouldn't it be crazy if after all this shit he somehow beat Helenius, beat Usyk, and then went in a 4th fight with Fury and beat him and then retired? I ain't saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying it would be a hell of a story, almost like a goddamn movie.
That's a movie shit.
That probably be the most amazing story that we, you know what I'm saying, ever seen.
Yeah, Creed 3 is already in production, but Creed 4 will be stealing some shit off of that, boy. Right. That shit happens. So, right. But you know what? He's not gonna do it trying to weigh 230. If he gonna do something like that, you gotta just weigh your natural weight, bro. And that's all.
And I agree with you, man. It's like I don't think he should focus on when I'm gonna be 220 and this. I think that you should just train your ass off like he's been doing, You know what I'm saying? Getting the best shape possible, and just go in there. Whatever weight you weigh, that's what you weigh. If you weigh 200 and goddamn 10 pounds, you weigh 210. If you weigh 220, you weigh 220. You weigh 215, you weigh 215.
I agree with that, Key.
Whatever you weigh, you weigh. I don't think they should be focusing on what he weighed, just get in motherfucking dog shape and go in there, get on the scale, weigh in, and then go in there and fight.
Fact.
Yeah. But so I do believe that situation, man. And so with that being said, I think that Robert Helenius, a lot of people looking at this is like just chalking it up as a victory for Wilder. And I got Wilder, I got Wilder winning. I'm never gonna go against Wilder ever. But at the end of the day, Robert Helenius is a dangerous fight for Wilder. And I was listening to Robert Helenius, he says this is the first time, he really feels 100% in his career. A lot of people didn't know he had a major shoulder surgery years ago, and he took off years from boxing. And then he came back. And let me pull up his box rec so I can give y'all the timeline. Because I didn't even know that. Let me see.
It was back in 2013. He didn't fight from 2013 to 2015.
Yeah, it was 2 years.
Okay, yeah. And so he's saying, and what he was saying is it took him a while. It took him years and years to get his shoulder back right because of the type of shoulder surgery that he had. And he said, he's just getting to where now it's back to 100% and he feels great. And he took those years off, and then, he wasn't getting fight. It ain't like he fighting every year. So he don't got a lot of wear and tear on his body. I mean, back in the day, he came through wrecking shit. He beat Lamont Brewster. He got some, he got some solid dubs on his record. And we seen how he beat the shit out of Adam Konaki twice.
Made that man probably got to retire, bro.
Yeah,
he changed his whole career.
I think that he single-handedly pretty much ended Adam Konaki's career.
Facts. He took his soul.
You know what I'm saying? And so we can't look at this fight and just say, oh yeah, Wilder gonna put him to sleep. This is easy. It ain't easy. Not easy. You know what I'm saying? Because Robert Helenius, he could punch. He just damn near as tall as Wilder. They probably about like an inch apart in height. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
shit, half an inch. That man is 6'6" and a half, and Wilder like 6'7". They the same height basically, bro.
So they basically the same height. Like I said, he could crack, and he got a motherfucking chin on him. The motherfucking Viking got a chin on him. So I know that Wilder taking him serious. Now they asked Robert Helenius, is Wilder the hardest puncher that he ever been hit by? He was like, well, it's kind of hard to tell because we in, 16-ounce gloves and everything with headgear. And he's like, I wouldn't really say that he's just he said a lot of fighters, he said they just got that thumping power. He said Wilder ain't really got that to him. He says, but what Wilder does have is that explosiveness. Like the fast, he like explode on you real fast and you don't see it coming. And so what I will say is Helenius is gonna be right there for that. Fact. You know what I'm saying? Helenius, he's flat-footed, he's gonna be right there for you to hit. So I see Wilder stopping him, but it ain't gonna be no easy fight. And this is a very dangerous fight for Wilder. Knockout. Man, what's your assessment on that?
You. Go to OTB. I just got a call, bro.
Oh, yeah. OTB, what's your assessment on this?
First of all, everybody go look at the breakdown I got up on this fight, man. It's a hell of a breakdown. And, man, quit getting in my comments talking about why I don't show y'all things that fighters do good. That's not what I do with my breakdowns. You understand? I do a different type of breakdown. We're going to show you what they do bad in hopes that now we can have everybody engage with this fight. You understand? Because if you know what they tendencies is, then hopefully the audience will become more engaged with the sport of boxing. But as far as this fight go, man, I definitely see what you seen. What he say would make this fight so dangerous for Deontay Wilder is Robert Helenius' jab. You understand? His jab and his ability to fight from that distance when he is willing, when he is committed to fighting from that distance. Because he also has had a lot of fights, so he real instinctive. You understand? And if Deontay Wilder haven't polished up on some of the tendencies that he used to have, meaning he sell out a lot. So somebody with a good jab can time you on your weight transition on your front foot. And a fighter like Robert Helenius do pack the punches we seen in the Adam Kalinaki fight, and he put his punches together well enough to really be able to capitalize on it if Champ ain't on this shit. So I don't really think that the weight gonna have nothing to do with that. I just want to see Champ go in there and really be fluid. You understand? And really be fluid, because last time we seen him, he was starting to incorporate the jab more in this boxing. You know what I mean? And I liked it, what I seen. So I look forward to seeing the fluidness that he have with the jab and his punch placement and his willingness to box, not just go in there and get this knockout the first time it present itself, because it's gonna present itself early for you, Champ.
Yeah, man. Great breakdown. Yeah, man. So I'm excited for this fight. Like I said, it's a very intriguing fight. I think the fans gonna be on the edge of their seats. But like I said, is that everything that Wilder do well, Robert Helenius is gonna be right there for it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He's slow as hell, and he right there in front of you. So I'm
back, fellas.
I'm looking forward to Wilder getting back to the old Wilder, using that movement, going to the body with the jab, using that explosiveness and that quickness on Helenius, because it's the perfect opponent for him to do it with. But like I said, he better stay out the way of Helenius and shit too, because he got a chin and he could crack. But knockout, what's your assessment on this?
Man, look, I think it's a good comeback fight. It just shows that, like, Wilder could have very easily, and I'm sure Al Heyman and the PBC would have put him in there with somebody that would have probably been an easier fight for him. Like, I'm sure they could have gave him Kalinaki, or the guy that just beat Kalinaki, DeRozan, or DeRozan, Ali Demirazan, or whatever his name is. They could have gave him somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? That beat Kalinaki but went the distance with him. They gave him, and it shows Wilder really might be trying to, like, really come back and, like, yo, I'm trying to be champion again. I don't know what y'all talking about and shit, but I'm trying to be champion, because he fighting the dude coming off the two best performances of his career, bro. That's highly confident right now. And just like Wilder got a big right hand, the biggest right hand in boxing, I ain't saying that Helenius hit as hard as he do. Helenius' right hand is nasty, and he switched levels with it very, very nice. And so he got some power and some shit coming back at him, but I agree with what you said at the end, Key. His issue is that leaning straight back shit. He like to try to lean straight back to try to use his height to avoid shots, because he's usually taller than everybody. Bro, you try to lean straight back and keep your head on the line with Wilder's right hand coming at you if you want to. Good luck with that shit. So, I think it's a good fight.
He even do that shit when he punching, not like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, brother. Hey, you see the same shit I see. Like, you do that shit if you want to, bro. Like, all right, good luck with that. And so Wilder's fighting somebody in Helenius who's ranked number 2 in the WBA, only behind Michael Hunter. Helenius is top 5 in the WBC. Like, he coming back and he like, shit, I need one of them belts. So Usyk, if you're gonna be at the fight, I'll take 3 of them hoes, and then Fury, you gotta come see me again. And we all know, say what you want about Wilder, say you don't like him, say that you don't like his fan base, say what you want. But y'all all know, even if you watching this shit hating in the background, not hitting the like button, even if you hate Wilder, y'all know he'll step his ass right back in there with Fury, right? y'all know he will fight anybody, bro. He don't give a damn. So go ahead and get back and let him get a shot at Usyk if you want to. Because I tell you what, if he get hit with the same shit he got hit with by AJ,
he gonna line Usyk ass up.
Good luck with that shit.
I already looked at that shit, bro.
I don't want to get too far off topic.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's a great comeback fight, bro. It's a great comeback fight, and I'm excited for it. Can't wait to see it, bro.
Yeah, man. Me too. Now, moving along, right? And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. Like I said, if you can't support the channel no other way, at least hit the like button. If KQKC, wow, in the building, the OG, the Queen, Sweet Tea, I see you. But yeah. Let's switch up. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the main topic. But before we do that, everybody that haven't hit the like button, make sure that y'all hit my like button. Smash on the like.
Right.
So the narrative, what's happening with it, young YB? The narrative. Morgan Bird, I see you. R Strokes, what's happening with it? I see you. Now, The narrative that was running around, well, the information that was running around that Terence Crawford, right? He accepted all the terms, and he accepted not getting a guarantee. He wasn't gonna get no guarantee, right? Well, that shit has basically been debunked. I was listening to it was over there on the Goons channel. You had Terence Crawford's nephew, he was on the panel, and he said it ain't no way that my uncle agreed to not getting a guarantee. He said, yeah, that's pretty much all cap. You can't listen to none of that shit. His nephew that you see with him in the ring, everywhere you see Bud, his nephew right there with him most of the time. He said, yeah, my uncle ain't agreeing to no guarantee. That shit, y'all can't listen to them stories that y'all hearing them put out. They just putting out stories and they don't know a motherfucking thing. So everybody running around talking about, oh man, he ain't agreeing to no guarantee. He agreed to everything. Errol Spence needs to sign the contract. Where your boy Errol? What's wrong with Errol? Well, I'm letting y'all know. I'm gonna leave it at that for right now. I'm gonna let Knockout and OTB cook on this, and you know what y'all think about that.
OTB, go first, bro, because I'm about to look something up while you.
Man, all I gotta say is I don't know, man. Ain't no telling. I don't know that I really can put any credibility on the nephew, given that he the nephew, you understand? But we all know the shit did sound fishy, you understand? No upfront money and 65-35. Like, damn. I kept saying, like, man, y'all just gonna beat this man over the head. Like, he don't get the win, no way. Like, man, that don't sound right to me. You understand? Like, man, that right is right and wrong is wrong at the end of the day. And I feel like, you understand, it's a karma of life at everything. And I hate for the business of this, of this fight to have an effect on the karma of the effect of it. You understand? Because we know how much money can become motivation. Shit, not only is y'all trying to, shit on me and all of this, but y'all gonna beat me over the head financially too. You just gonna fuck me financially too. Watch this. You know what I mean? And that can be a cause for added motivation. So I didn't feel like no party. I don't feel like the suits need to add no motivation to no party in this situation, man. I felt like both these fighters gonna give each other enough motivation. The magnitude of the fight gonna cause for enough motivation for us to see both of them at their best. So you understand? Ain't no, I ain't really like that. But as far as what I think, do I think that he took the shit? Do I think that he went for no guaranteed money? Man, ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. You know what I mean? We ain't no telling. Shit. One could state that maybe he might not deserve no guaranteed money because we know that Errol is the bigger ticket. Yeah, I mean, we know that Errol has the more belts. We know that Errol is gonna have the network that is on. You understand? Not to mention, shit, he didn't got upfront money from Bob for the last 10 years. So, yeah, if you do get to a scenario where you have to fight a fight without getting this money up front, then I might be inclined to say, shit, go ahead, take it up front and get yours on the back end and win this fight. And then you cement your place and legacy that's going to ensure your financial stability concerning the A side and whatever fight you fight next. But
I'm going to say this, man. Bro, I'm going to say this, right? When you look at Terence Crawford, right, just look at the landscape, right? You saying that you coming out with these stories that he agreed to no guaranteed money at all, zero guaranteed money at all, right? He just gonna make a percentage of the overall revenue and all of that, right? But you really look at the situation, bro. For one, you talking about a man that was getting the highest guarantee out of any of these fighters over there at at Top Rank, right?
At Top Rank,
negotiated to get the highest guarantee. He was getting like $4.5 million a fight, right? Then his last fight with Sean Porter, he got $6 million, right, up front. A man that told you, I'm not getting in the ring with Errol Spence unless it's 50-50. And he stuck to that shit. Even when he left Top Rank, he still was saying that shit. Right? So a man that's done all of that, you mean to tell me that he stepped back from all of that and said, you know what? I'll take 30% and I'll agree to no guarantee. Now, like I said before, it sounds great when you want to sound like the boogeyman. But when you look at the timeline, does that sound like a man that would actually do that? You know what I'm saying? Does that sound like a man that would actually do that? And then when he's on Sean Porter's podcast, and Sean Porter said, you know, he has a right. They got to get the money right for him. And he agrees with that. So he's been telling you the whole time, basically, without saying anything, that I'm not getting in the ring with Errol Spence unless it's the right amount of money. He actually even said that way back on the Breakfast Club years ago. Years ago on the Breakfast Club, he said, yeah, we'll eventually fight, but the money and everything got to be right. Terence Crawford said this, the same guy that y'all try to pretend like that he don't care about money, that he just want to beat the fuck out of Errol Spence. He said, he told y'all way in 2018, yeah, that fight eventually happened, but the money got to be right. On the Breakfast Club. Go back and look if you think I'm lying. So, with all that being said, the timeline, did it sound like a man that was willing to take no guarantee at all? And now that I heard his nephew say that shit is cap, like, nah, my uncle ain't doing that. My uncle ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying that shit's been debunked.
Yeah.
Like that shit to me, that shit's been debunked. And shit crazy. Money said nobody in their right mind believed that BS. And if you did, you just wanted to hate on EJ. That shit. People's using that to make Terence. And like I said, Terence Crawford is a hell of a fighter. It has nothing to do with what Terence Crawford ain't and who gonna win the fight and who ain't. But they're using that to make him sound bigger and badder than he is. Like, oh, wow, this motherfucker dangerous. He going in there, he don't even give a fuck. He just signed the dotted line and we waiting on Errol. While Errol got cold feet. But where's the contract at Errol?
I can't perk, bro. That's something that scared me as a Bud fan addressing, you know what I mean, coming into this fight is the worry with the narrative. You understand? Because when you have a confidence level, when I know I'm gonna beat your ass, I don't care what the streets say. I know I'm gonna beat your ass.
But let me hop in here. So everything Key you just said was facts. But from the other side of it, the PBC came into existence in 2015, and they have never offered a fighter a fight where there was no guaranteed contract. So not only for this to be true, not only with Bud, a fighter who has showed he cares so much about guarantees, not only will he be having to be willing to accept something that he's never accepted before, the PBC, the people offering the contract, would also have to be offering the type of contract they've never offered.
A knockout. Hey, yeah. Can y'all hold it down for me for a minute? I need to get these kids some.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Yeah, no issue.
Yeah,
so the PBC would have to be offering Bud Crawford a contract that they have never offered before, which is a contract with no guarantees. That's what they would have to be offering. And I hate that it took Travion Crawford saying what he said, because there was a guy named Knockout Boxing 86 TV that said this shit days ago when it first got reported in multiple videos. And I had guys like Napoleon Armstrong, it's my opinion, my brother King David, and a bevy of other people telling me that I was capping and I didn't know what I was talking about when I said just that, bro. Bud Crawford is not waiting until the most dangerous, most competitive, most closest fight of his career to be like, yeah, I don't care about no upfront money. This man wanted upfront money so bad, they had to rearrange the Amir Khan deal to make him happy because he didn't like that Amir Khan was making more than him, bro. They had to rearrange that whole deal for him. But now all of a sudden, he was supposed to take a fight with Errol Spence coming off of one of Earl Spence's best performances ever with no upfront guaranteed money, and you want me to believe that that's what the PBC was offering? So the shit been debunked if you got common sense, in my opinion. So everybody that was saying that Mike Coppinger report was 100% facts and Earl signed the contract, I would just question your knowledge and common sense. And I find it strange that people tend to believe shit when it fits their narrative of Bud is the boogeyman. Don't nobody want to fight Bud. Earl holding up the fight. PBC holding up the fight. But then when Earl comes out and he tweets, forget what y'all talking about, the shit happening next, all of a sudden that's what's capped. So Mike Coppinger is telling the truth, and the actual fighter that will be in the fight is capping. And don't you find it odd? Because, see, I believe Terence Crawford sees all of Earl Spence's tweets, OTB, and vice versa. I believe they follow on Twitter,
definitely,
and they see everybody's shit, right? So explain this to me. Earl posted 2 tweets. He said, number one, shit, the fight happening next. All I know is the shit happening next. Then he posted another tweet to Keyshawn Davis saying, "You're gonna be crying when I put your boy Dick in the dirt." Terence Crawford responded. Yeah, Terence Crawford responded to that shit, OTB. He said he gave a little Shannon Sharp gift, shaking his head no, like you ain't gonna whoop my ass. Now, if Earl Spence was lying about the fight being next, why did Terence Crawford respond to the tweet where Earl Spence was saying he gonna beat his ass instead of responding to the tweet where Earl said the fight is next and say, nah, you lying, nigga. We ain't fighting next. Y'all got to get my money right. Y'all got to do this. Y'all got to do that. Wouldn't that, if what Coppinger was saying was true, wouldn't that have been the perfect time for him or Letitia or somebody from that side to tweet right back at Earl like, nah, bro, like, what you talking about next? Y'all got to get our money right. Y'all bullshitting with the contract. Why ain't nobody say that shit? And Juice Lee, you owe me an apology because you was one of the ones telling me it's the first time for everything, knockout. Knockout is the first time for everything, bro. It's the first time for everything. The PBC is the first time for everything. I tried to tell y'all, bro, ain't nobody doing business like that. The PBC would not offer that type of contract because they've never offered that shit in their life. And Bud Crawford would not accept that shit because he is not about to go from having the highest guarantee in the welterweight division and then go backwards to no guarantee at all. Like what are we talking about, bro? That shit is stupid to me, bro. And that's really all I got on it, man. So I'm glad that somebody from Crawford's camp or in his inner circle came out and debunked the shit and let people know that that was some bullshit. It's just funny that when I was saying the shit, I got so much pushback, and I said the exact same shit that he was saying. Terence Crawford will never accept no shit like that. And here's the crazy thing, nor should he, bro. This man should make as much money as possible to fight Earl Spence. If he got $6 million to fight Sean Porter, get a man 8, 10, 12, I don't care. But he definitely shouldn't be going into a fight like this with no guaranteed purse and get a man money on the back end, bro. But quit believing everything you hear because you want it to fit a narrative and shit. That shit be driving me crazy, bro. Straight up and down, bro.
And that's my problem, Knock, is the fact that we even talking about a narrative, the fact that one of these boxers is concerned with a narrative within the, within the context of this fight. This is the biggest fucking fight of y'all career. Why you worried about anything else? Like, period. I got a problem with that. With you even putting the effort to put a message into a blue blood. You understand? With you even trying to make an attempt to consistently control a narrative within this whole context of this fight. Like, shit, fuck the narrative, bro. You should be your ass in the gym training for the biggest fight of your career. You should be sitting back allowing all what everybody's saying to motivate you to be the best you coming into this fight.
You know what I think it is, OTB, bro? And this is all my opinion. Based on how Bud is acting, based on what we see from Bernie the Boxer, based on what we see from Letitia Crawford and the reports that are coming out, I honestly believe PBC done said, man, look, this your final offer, bro. This is what it is. This is what we willing to pay. You got until this day to make a decision or we gonna move on. And I think all this kicking and screaming and this report, that report, you know, people going out on Twitter and getting mad and doing all that, like, I think it's because the PBC done drew a hard line with them, bro. I think Al Heyman and them done drew a hard line. They like, look, man, this is what we offering. Because at this point, OTB, how long does it take to, like, bro, Ugas and Earl fought in April, bro. They fought in April.
How
long does it take? Listen, they fought in April. Devin, Haney, and Kambosos fought in like what, May or June or some shit? Didn't they fight in like May? When did they fight, bro?
Either in May or June. I think
anyway, they fought after Earl. They fought after Earl. Devin, Haney, and Kambosos are already about to fight, and we can't even get an announcement from Earl and Bud when Earl fought Ugas in April and Bud fought Sean Porter in November of 2021, bro. Like, how long does it take to make this fight, bro? Like, at this point, I'm tired of the negotiations, bro. Like I think that's where they done got to, bro, to where they just running around here like, look, man, this is your final offer, this is your guarantee, this is where we at, this is what you getting on the back end.
We in resuscitation mode. Steven Espinoza told us in the interview with Billy, he say, man, if it die, I'm gonna bring it back to life and try and try and make this fight happen. Say that's what stage we in, not.
Yeah, bro, we in the stage of, look, man, all that back and forth. This is what we offering, bro. This is your guarantee that we will offer you. This is what you get on the back end. Let us know if you accept. We'll give you until such and such day to sign. And then it is what it is, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, I like Bud too, but bro, what is he going to do if he don't fight Earl? The PBC is not going to let him fight Jermall, bro. Is he going to go back to the company that he's suing, Top Rank? Is he going to go to the zone who already said they don't want to sign him, bro? Like, what is he gonna do if he don't take this fight?
Say this, bro, and then I mean, if you want, I'll go back and look at them because I got them bookmarked in my shit. But they redid the WBO Super Champion rules, man, and I only say that I know that they redid them because when we was talking about this shit before, and we went back on the WBO page and looked at it, then the WBO Super Champion couldn't be a mandatory unless he was a champion in the previous weight division. He could only challenge for that. Now it's worded to where the Super Champion don't even have to be a champion to be the mandatory in that next weight division.
That might be right, bro. And I got to dip. I got to drop my son off at his granny house. But here's the thing, bro. That might be right, but what the problem with that is, and this will be my last statement on it, bro, and then I'll dip and I'll let you hold it down for Key. Charlo's already fighting his mandatory WBO challenger in Tszyu. They already fight in January of 2023. So that means even if he wants to come up and do the mandatory, the WBO can't call a mandatory back-to-back. He can't move up and fight him. He would have to wait until January of 2024 because they have to wait another 12 months before they can call it mandatory because the other sanctioning bodies are up first for their mandatory. So even if mandatories, the only way that will work is if Jermall moves up to 160 and drop the belt, then he can move up and fight for the vacant. And that's the only shot. But if Jermall holds on to the belts and stays at 154, since Tszyu is already his mandatory, that shit like Bud can do it, but he gonna have to wait all the way till January of 2024, bro, because the WBO mandatory fight is Tszyu and Jermall Charlo, and that's going down January 2023. They already pushed all the other sanctioning bodies back twice because remember, Tszyu was supposed to fight Castano.
Yeah, and he took the step. He allowed us to get that
So now the WBO can't, after making all the other sanctioning bodies wait, they can't have their mandatory Tszyu fight and then try to hurry up and skip the line again for another mandatory with Terence Crawford moving up. They got to let the WBC, the WBA, the IBF, they got to let them get in on their mandatories, bro. So I mean, it is what it is, bro. But look, I got a dip. Shout out to you. Shout out to Key, man. Y'all boys be easy. Shout out to the chat. Smash my man's like button, and y'all keep talking this good box. Catch y'all later. Key, I gotta run, bro. I appreciate you, man. I'm glad you came.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, man. It's just like how you supposed to believe that shit, man. I don't believe that. Like I said, you can't believe that. My man, Big Dog Willie Congo. Hashtag TWT in the building. He says Con KOs Duran Hearns, Leonard Hagler. Facts. Yeah, man. That's big facts. Big facts. So like I said, man, that shit was just hard for me to believe. It was really hard for me to believe, bro. But I think this fight is gonna go down. If this fight don't go down, if this fight don't happen, it's gonna be a whole lot of blame. You got people that's gonna blame Bud, you got people that's gonna blame Spence. But if the fight don't go down, I don't think that you could put the blame on EJ at all. You know what I'm saying? If this fight don't go down, it's gonna be because Bud don't accept the contract, and that's on Bud. I think the fight gonna happen though, man, because for one, Bud don't have no other options. He don't have no other. Who else can he fight? Realistically, he don't have no other options. This is the fight for him. So it's gonna happen. If he had other options, then I would say the fight ain't happening. The fight ain't happening. But he don't have no option. It's Errol Spence or nothing for him. It gotta be that. You know what I'm saying? Because EJ want to fight him. They already been negotiating back and forth. And if this fall through, who he gonna go to? He can't go to top rank. He can go to top rank, but that Josh Taylor shit didn't die down so much. And we know that Josh Taylor was working with Daniel Kinahan. So they ain't putting a fight with him and Josh Taylor together. That shit is off the table now. You say Virgil Ortiz. Well, Virgil Ortiz is with Golden Boy. And I really can't see Golden Boy and Terence Crawford working together. I really can't. And then you heard Eddie Hearn say that he not fucking with Crawford. That's what I'm saying, man. It's kind of like he really don't have no more options. And you can't fight Jermall Charlo when a fight fell through with Errol Spence. And shout out to Marvin Wayne. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people's talking about Jermall Charlo, but in order to get a Jermall Charlo fight, you got to fight Errol Spence. Then you got Boots out there. They still with Boots is working with the PBC. He with PBC.
Well, you put all your cards in the WBO and your sanctioning body's hands. You understand? Now all your cards is in your sanctioning body's hands, which don't benefit you financially anyway.
Right. Exactly. That's another thing I'm getting to. You put all your cards in the sanctioning body's hand, right? And you just hope and pray that the sanctioning body, right, mandates a fight with one of these other fighters, right? Just mandate you a fight. Well, now your purse is gonna be hella low anyway because you don't have a promoter. So then you got to hope one of these other promoters pick it up and put on the fight. And they're going to be lowballing you and you're going to make shit 6 times less than you was going to make with Errol Spence. So what sense does that make? You feel me? And I think that Terence Crawford pretty much know that he got to get this deal done with Errol Spence because he ain't really got nowhere else to go. He don't have another fight that he can make.
And that's the bitch about it, bro.
Oh, hold on real quick.
That's what's crazy about it is that now, but I think that that's more of a declaration that we know that this fight happened next too. Yeah, I mean, in the same breath that I say that to say this. That's more of the reason for this fight to happen next. I feel like, yeah, I mean, that's more of the reason that we got to get this fight next because. Once he done put himself, in that position, then like you say, shit, now all your cards is in the sanctioning body's hands. And let's say that Jermall Charlo vacate. Now who do you contest with up at 154? That's not a PBC fighter. That's they damn division.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? I said people always say, oh man, he can go, because I hear people all the time. Well, if they don't fall through, he gonna go and beat Jermall Charlo ass. How? If they ain't do business, if they couldn't get the business done for Errol Spence fight, they're not doing no more business with Terence Crawford if they can't get the business done for Terence and Errol.
And if they do when they happen through the sanction,
and say, okay, well, we couldn't make the fight with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. You know, we couldn't get the business done and give Bud a contract that he wanted to accept. So we're gonna try to do business with him again, but we just gonna do it with Jermall Charlo. It's not happening.
And you force the hand of the sanctioning bodies, and your sanctioning fee is higher. which means your cut is lower. So, yeah, I mean, like you say, man, you're going to make damn near 6 times less. If you was going to make it 6 times less before, then in a fight where your sanctioning body going to serve as your promoter because you a super champion and you want to fight Jermall Charlo on that, that's going to be like 75-25.
Yeah, man. And the thing is like my man Big Doe said. He said he knows the fight is happening next because Earl ain't never lied yet. He ain't never lied. He keep it so real. When the Keith Thurman situation came up, I didn't like that because I wanted to see him fight Keith. But he stuck to his word and he said, I ain't never fighting Keith Thurman.
Nah,
and
that was solid.
He's so thrilled about his word, he had to stick to it. I said never and I meant never. He told you that he fighting, that the fight with Terence Crawford fight is next, and he been telling you I'm fighting Crawford. I don't want to talk about no other fighter but Terence Crawford. When they asked him, I think it was on Ellie Setback. I ain't talking about nobody. I don't care. My focus is on Crawford. He ain't lied yet. He ain't lied. When he told me, right? When me personally, when I told him, nah, Pacquiao ain't gonna fight you, EJ. He said, yeah, that fight will happen. I said, man, you think Pacquiao actually gonna take that fight? He said, oh man, Pacquiao fight anybody. He'll fight me. It'll happen. And that shit was about to happen.
And didn't.
So he ain't really never told you a lot. He's never told you something that he didn't do.
Yeah, fact.
And that's a fact. Never told you something that he didn't do. And he also said, if this fight with Crawford don't happen, I'm moving to 154. So we already know what's gonna happen is Crawford. And if for some reason the Crawford fight don't happen, well, he's not fighting at 147 no more. He moving up. So It's gonna happen. It's just like I said, man, it wasn't enough time to make the fight like they wanted to, and it has to happen more so for Terence Crawford. Hold on.
Yeah, I've always been from the stance that they both needed it with equal value, but when you talk about the future, the future
right now,
context,
I'm saying right now it has to happen for Terence Crawford more so because he don't have no other fights on the tape. He don't have nowhere else he can go.
Yeah, you
like
can put out
if he wanted to, if Errol Spence wanted to, he say, man, fuck it. I'll make a big fight with Keith Thurman and I'll fight Boots. That's just at 154. That's just at 147. We ain't talking about at 154. And Bud can't do that because all of the top talent at 154 pounds is with PBC. All of the top talent at 150, all the top talent at 147 is with PBC. All of the top talent at 154 is with PBC. So you don't get a fight done with Errol Spence and you don't get the business done with Al Haymon with the Errol Spence fight. You pretty much then blackballed yourself out of the business. Like I said, you could talk about making the fight with Virgil Ortiz at Golden Boy, but you think Golden Boy gonna do business right? Golden Boy don't want Ortiz nowhere near Crawford. Golden Boy does not want Terence Crawford nowhere near Ortiz. They don't want him nowhere near Virgil Ortiz. So you think that they're going to give him a contract to fight Virgil Ortiz? No.
Yeah, that's safe to say, especially when we done seen them pump up Azerto Ramirez up to 50-0, and he just now about to fight another title contender. So shit, they definitely didn't let us.
Daniel Peregrine, Bud Crawford is not signing with no TMT. He's not. Bernie already told you that. He said Bud ain't gonna sign with no Floyd Mayweather. They will knock heads. You said why not? He's not signing because can you see Bud signing with Mayweather? No, that ain't happening.
He won't even make the fights. He won't even make the fights for Tank. We done seen Bud fight under Top Rank and still not fight the credible opponents that we want. We gonna send him to another promoter who we know ain't gonna make the fights that we want to see him in.
Yeah, like that, man. Imagine motherfucking imagine Floyd Mayweather trying to talk for Bud Crawford in the press conference. Imagine during the build-up, Mayweather all in the camera and shit, bro. Bud ain't standing for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And they just two different type of people. They two different type of people. Bud is the exact opposite from Floyd Mayweather. They'll clash. They'll clash.
Got an 84 Monte Carlo.
Like they will clash. They're not. Bud is not signing with no goddamn Floyd Mayweather. That ain't happening. But yeah, man. As far as everything else, man, the fight is gonna happen. Now I believe the fight is gonna happen. The best time for it to happen is probably February. When you look at the landscape, the biggest fights for the PBC have happened in February. Look at Wilder and Fury. Look at let me see. Wilder Fury, that shit did big numbers. I'm talking about Wilder Fury 2. And they put that on in February.
Yeah.
I think February probably be the best.
I want to say AB and Pacquiao fought in February.
That's what I was trying to think. Did they fight him? Because they did big numbers.
They damn sure did. I think that was in February.
I think AB and Pacquiao was in February. Let me see. Hold on, I'll tell you right now.
I want to say it was, but I ain't.
I'm gonna find out right now. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see. No, they fought in January. They fought January 19th. Okay. So like the end part of January, early mid-February, those are the best. That's the best time to have the fight. They gonna in moving the fight back. I think they know they businessmen. They know way more than we know about business. You know what I'm saying? They know that moving the fight back is gonna a lot more money is gonna pour in.
Yeah,
in February, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers getting their tax returns and all of that shit. That's why I said February is the best time to have the fight.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. Then you still got you happen to have it during All-Star break weekend. You understand? You talking about Vegas All-Star, you get you just got a bigger market. Not to mention you extend your rights to revenue throughout the fight when you can promote it for longer. So yeah, I'm cool with February. As long as we get the fight, I'm with it, bro.
Yep. Me too, man. But man, so it's gonna go down. Like I said, it's gonna go down. It's come too far for both fighters to just, you know what I'm saying, call it off. It's too far now. We too far along. But yeah, man, y'all make sure that y'all hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button. I'm finna wrap it up, man. OTB, you got any last words before we get up out of here?
Nah, man, you had a hell of a show, bro. I appreciate you having me on. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, man, appreciate you, man. Let everybody know what you got going on.
Yeah, man, we got the Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius film up, man. Go check that out for me. Make sure y'all smash that like. And we gonna be working, man. We got the Anthony Durrell and Caleb Plant film up as well. So we pretty much got that fight card nailed out, man. We gonna be pushing them out this week though as we approach 1,000. Then once we hit that 1,000 mark, I got something special for everybody. So appreciate y'all grinding with me, bro. I appreciate you bringing me into the block, and have a blessed one.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you, man. Great content. Keep on dropping them fire breakdowns, and I'll be looking forward to everything you're doing, man. For everybody, like I said, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody for coming through, tuning in, supporting the channel. And y'all already know, check out the fights this weekend, and be on the lookout for the videos I'm gonna be dropping. Y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. And I'm gone, y'all.